Illuvium burst into the scenes in 2021, breaking so many records and getting so much hype for their AAA game. However, in 2024, a lot of the community felt like they weren't delivering on promises, the community members left, and the Illuvium team was left in disarray. Were we going to lose this massive blockbuster, or will they actually be able to turn things around in 2025? Well, we've got some big news for you for what they've been working on, and in this video, we're gonna dive into, is this all just hype and vaporware, or is the community coming back and we actually have something impressive to look forward to? If you've been following along the Illuvium story with their massive titles like Illuvium Arena and Overworld, which was supposed to be this massive AAA MMO, sadly, after the Epic Game Store launch in 2024, everything started to fall apart. Bugs, downtime, DAO drama, and the players and community lost trust, and everything went downhill. Fast forward to 2025, however, it looks like Illuvium is finally making the right moves. A revamped game, new tournaments, players are coming back, and they've done some massive things to their team to help try and bring everything together. So first, let's talk about what went wrong in 2024, then what the team is doing now, and will it actually be enough to resurrect the Illuvium ecosystem? And if you're not quite familiar with everything Illuvium, we've got some videos that you should definitely check out after this one. In 2024, we saw a lot of server areas, bugs, and basically things that shouldn't be happening. Players couldn't transfer funds, some funds were lost in game, and others couldn't even access their profiles. After so much hype and waiting from 2021 until 2024, and having all these issues, a lot of players were getting really angry, and this was the core Illuvium community that we really needed to keep strong in order to keep Illuvium, the team, running and their socials. Part of that has to go with, mindshare and getting people talking about it, but the other part of that is the actual team. They bit off way more than they could chew. They had a way too high burn rate for the state of the crypto markets, and something needed to change. This also tied in with the Illuvium DAO issue, where the IIP46 proposal, which was supposed to make Illuvium Beyond more accessible, got rejected, but not so much because it was bad, because it lacked clarity, and this led even more to the community wondering what was going on at Illuvium. Are they just like chickens with their head cut off running around, not really making anything come together? Then another really bad dagger to the heart of the Illuvium community, they thought during the bear market, when the token dipped to around $30 to $40, it would be great to support the bottom and then see the token rise after that. And up into 2024, there was a short-lived rise from around $40 to $120 per Illuvium token, but after all these things went down, the token continued to crash as well, getting down to 20, and at the very bottom of the most recent cycle, pretty much nearly $10. So absolutely destroyed compared to what it used to be. So by late 2024 and early 2025, not only was the token absolutely obliterated and below bear market levels, the community sentiment was at all-time lows, and the team communication and what was happening behind the scenes was in absolute disarray. Now, since we can clearly see that is a massive problem for any business and crypto game, let's instead now pivot to what they've been doing in the second half of 2025, and if this looks like it is the calm before the storm for the big comeback of Illuvium, or is it too little too late? Acting fast, Illuvium Labs made some big moves to fix the mess. They slashed their team from 110 people to 65 to cut costs, capped salaries at 85K, and even gave the staff the option to be paid in Illuvium token. The main goal here, which we like to see, is coming back to reality. Not just hoping that there's going to be a massive gaming run to refill your war chest, but more so focusing on what the actual reality is and what you can do. And with that, they finally come up with a realistic plan where they can keep their burn rate down, and they know that they are set for at least 2 years of runway, and in this 2 years, they plan to do a lot. The first thing we saw was the overhauled Illuvium Overworld, and it was reimagined as an MMO Lite to make the product delivery actually realistic and deliver it to the fans. The big lesson here was they spread themselves too thin, there was too many game modes, too much fragmentation, and now they're locking in on one game to do it right. They've also been hiring a lot smarter, focusing on devs who can execute fast, polish gameplay, and build reliable systems. And finally, after so many years of negative news, we were finally starting to see the positives. The game stability was way better, the UI is smoother, and the core loop updates are actually fun. And the biggest thing with any game survival is, of course, its players. And what did we see here? After they actually committed to this and delivered, we started to see players come back, more activity on their X and in their Discord. And we're even getting positive comments like Illuvium feels good now, and Redditors picking up too. Players are praising the new mechanics, faster matchmaking, and more satisfying alluvial battles. And it's not only about us casual players either. Esports was one of the big mantras when Illuvium came to popularity in 2021, and they are delivering on those promises. In 2025, they are bringing the Illuvium Pro League, where they're going to be focused on competitive esports action and have some impressive prize pools. There's going to be a 250k prize pool with open qualifiers every month, 3 tiers of competition, ranked leaderboards, and tournament winners. And to make sure everyone can participate, no battle pass is required. The grand finale event is set for December and has a whopping $150,000 up for grabs, so it's really nice to see them delivering on the core promises that they talked about in 2021. Well, of course there is some risk here, like the volatility of the Illuvium token, maybe potential blockchain integrations not working in the future. What we've seen is really impressive. They finally narrowed down the team, narrowed down the focus, not tried to make some big dream come true with the resources that they didn't have. They've faced reality on what is actually real in the world, the money that they have, and the devs that they need to get the job done. We're already seeing the community come back in, and we're thinking it is leading to a positive future. So what better time than to get back into Illuvium, whether it be Illuvium Arena or checking out the MMO Lite that they've turned it into. We'd love to know your thoughts. Have you kept up with Illuvium? What do you honestly think about the ecosystem now? And would you like us to bring someone from the Illuvium team on for an interview? If so, definitely let us know in the comments below what questions you have for the Illuvium team. Now, if you're new here, definitely make sure you're checking out our full gaming platform, Funjible.games. There we've got project founder interviews, breaking news, and a massive library of games for you to check out. But until the next gaming video, make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll see you in that next one.